It was a chilly evening in San Francisco, and Elon Musk was returning from an important meeting. The streets, dimly illuminated by flickering streetlights, were quieter than usual. Musk, lost in thought about the discussions he'd had, gazed out of the car window as they drove through the city. Just as they approached a small convenience store at a corner, something unusual caught his attention. A heated exchange between a well-dressed woman and a young boy. "Stop the car," Musk said abruptly. His driver pulled over, and Musk stepped out, curious and slightly concerned. Standing under the harsh glare of a neon sign, a sharply dressed woman was towering over a small boy. The boy couldn't have been older than 10. His clothes were ragged, and his small frame seemed to shrink further under the weight of her words. She was gesturing aggressively, her voice sharp and filled with disdain. "You're loitering here and making everyone uncomfortable," the woman snapped, her tone dripping with condescension. "This isn't a place for you to sit around. You should leave before I call security." The boy looked up at her, clutching his small, worn-out backpack as though it was his only lifeline. "I wasn't doing anything, ma'am," he said, his voice barely a whisper. "I was just resting. I've been walking all day." "Walking all day? Likely up to no good," the woman sneered. "I've seen enough people like you hanging around to know where this leads. You're probably waiting to steal from someone." Musk stood frozen for a moment, his chest tightening. The boy's small frame, the exhaustion in his eyes, and the woman's assumptions. Everything about the scene angered him. He took a deep breath, then stepped forward, his calm, yet commanding voice cutting through the tense air. "Excuse me," Musk said. "What's happening here?" The woman turned toward him, her expression softening momentarily as she recognized the billionaire entrepreneur. But the sharpness returned quickly. "This boy is hanging around here loitering. He's making customers nervous. I told him to leave, but he refuses." Musk looked down at the boy, who avoided his gaze, clearly terrified. Musk knelt beside him, speaking gently. "What's your name?" "Daniel," the boy replied, his voice trembling. "And why are you sitting here, Daniel?" Musk asked. The boy hesitated before speaking, his voice barely audible. "I got kicked out of the shelter this morning because there wasn't enough space. I've been walking all day looking for somewhere safe, and my legs hurt. I stopped here to rest. Sorry to interrupt this incredible story, but if you love Elon Musk and what he stands for, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. His actions are truly inspiring." Now let's get back to the story. Musk's heart sank as he glanced at the woman, who stood impatiently, arms crossed. He straightened up, his expression hardening as he addressed her. "He's just a tired boy, a child, not a criminal. And even if he were loitering, what gives you the right to treat him this way?" The woman scoffed, clearly offended. "Do you even know who I am? I'm protecting the business here. I work for Tesla. I've been with the company for years. I understand this area and the problems it attracts." Musk raised an eyebrow. "You work for Tesla?" Proudly, she gave her name and added, "Yes, I'm part of upper management." Musk's expression turned icy. "Well, I own Tesla, and let me assure you, we don't tolerate behavior like this from anyone, especially not from our leadership." The woman's face turned pale as the realization sank in. Without another word, Musk turned back to Daniel. "Let's get you some help," he said softly, placing a reassuring hand on the boy's shoulder. Musk called his team, instructing them to ensure Daniel was given a hot meal, a medical checkup, and a safe place to stay. He stayed with the boy until his team arrived, speaking kindly to him, reassuring him that he wasn't alone. The following day, Musk held an emergency meeting with Tesla's HR department. The woman was promptly terminated for her behavior. Musk didn't stop there. He issued a public statement. "No child should ever feel unsafe or unwelcome because of who they are or how they look," Musk said. "Racism and prejudice have no place in our company or in society. This incident serves as a reminder that we all have a responsibility to treat others with dignity and respect." In an emotional press conference, Musk shared Daniel's story. This child wasn't a threat. He wasn't loitering. He was trying to survive. We must look beyond our assumptions and recognize the humanity in every person we meet. The incident sparked national conversations about racism, homelessness, and corporate accountability. Musk went further, donating millions to organizations tackling systemic inequality and homelessness. He also set up a special initiative within Tesla to provide education and career opportunities to underprivileged communities. Daniel's life took a turn for the better. With Musk's support, he was given access to a safe home and a quality education. Over time, he became a symbol of resilience and hope, inspiring others to fight for a world free of prejudice and filled with compassion. What an amazing turn of events, right? If you're inspired by Elon Musk's actions and the story of Daniel, be sure to comment below and tell us. What percentage of love do you have for Elon Musk on a scale from 1 to 100%? We'd love to hear your thoughts.